Welcome to Miss Nam's Math World. Today we're going to discuss the way to handle the logarithmic equations. First, before we start with, you need to be careful of the presentation of the bracket log x. Alright, so for example, 2 log x squared equals to 2 squared times log x squared. So we don't have the things called log square x. No such kind of thing. Alright? And then for this one, we have nothing to handle unless we let y to be log x. Okay, that means nothing special for the rule of the log. And then if you get the square here without the bracket, that means we can take it out. It becomes 2 log x. The reason is log x squared equals to log x times x equals to log x plus log x. It means we get 2 log x here. So bear in mind that the two words highlighted in red are different. So this one, log x perfect square, does not equals to log x squared. So this square only lies in the log like this. So when you understand this piece of information, then we can start the calculation. So surely that for part A we can let y to be log x, right? As this one is already y, and then the other thing here, log x squared is y squared, right? So we let y is equal to log x. So after that you get log x is equal to 4 or log x is equal to 2. So remember we can take shift log in this way. Shift log means you write on the base and I copy the power. So this is base 10. Base 10. So base 10 and then square. If you don't understand, you may just use the calculator of the shift log function. So that means x is equal to 10,000 or 100. So part A, we handled the equation with base 10. Now part B will be more troublesome because the base of the log is 3 instead of 10. But in the question here, we already give you a hint of the correct stuff to be used for the substitution. So it should be log x with base 3. So the problem is we have to handle the term in the middle because we want to get log x. But this one we have log x to the power 4. The solution is put the power outside the log, right? As we know that, we can take out the power out of the log. So put the 4 outside the log. So now we get the log x to be used for the substitution with base 3. So u squared minus 4u plus 4 is equal to 0. And you will get u is equal to 2. So put it back for log 3x equals to 2. So here we get two methods to solve the log. So method 1. Some of you are very happy to use the change of base formula. So change of base means we change it to base 10 and then we get log 3 to log 3. So log x equals to log 3 squared. And you get x is equal to 3 squared, which is 9. We can so-called cancel out the log. It should be take shift log on both sides. Method 1. So method 2, we use the concept of the base here. So base 10 here When you take shift log, that means we have changed to base 10 to the power 4 like this, base 10 and then square. So here you get base 3, so 3 squared equals to x. Okay. The base, take the square. Okay, maybe take a power, and then we comes back to the number. So x is equal to 3 squared, which is equal to 9. So method 2 is of course much faster, but the concept may be more difficult. It is fine if you are able to use the fast method also. So that means for the logarithmic function, so we should substitute y is equal to log x with the corresponding base carefully whenever you need to handle the power like this. So please turn to page 1.14. So in example 1.22, it is quite similar to the previous question. But for example 1.23, the concept will be different from before. So for this type of the question, we are going to solve it first. That means we have to simplify before we can continue to find the correct way to do the substitution. Right? That means if we have got something to substitute directly, then we just sub, right? But this time, we got nothing to sub at this moment. So we have to simplify and see if there any way to do the substitution. As a revision, log m plus n, you will have nothing to do. Okay, nothing. That means we don't have anything to simplify. Okay, so just stay here. It is already simplified. But if you got log m times n, then we can simplify to be log m plus log n. So these two are important. So that means we have the plus sign outside. We can do it in the reverse way, right? So log m plus log n equals to log m times n. So log m becomes this one, right? Log m plus log n equals to log m n. So we put them together. Log, with a square bracket first, m n equals to 1. So 1 is actually log 10, right? After that, we only got the one log on the left, one log on the right. We can cancel them out. So then we expand it. And you got 2x squared minus 3x minus 9 is equal to 0. And then it is not hard to use the cross method to handle. So be one of them minus, one of them is plus, right? So minus 6 plus 3 equals to negative 3. So x is equal to negative 3 over 2, or x is equal to 3. So don't forget that for logarithm, we have to put a positive number inside the bracket. So please check if both of them are positive when you substitute inside. So for x is equal to negative 3 over 2, if you put it here, it is surely negative inside the bracket, so we have to reject. And then 3 put it inside is okay. Positive 5 okay, positive 2 okay, so we keep this one. So that means x is equal to 3. Right, so we have to check the answer each time. Right, so that means this time we have no need to let unknown for the first question, because after we simplify, we already get a quadratic equation in x. And then part B is quite similar to part A. The only difference is for minus, it is a kind of division. So I don't have enough space, so I didn't copy the question. So x squared divided by x squared minus 21 equals to, so you have negative 2. Then to handle this one, remember we got the base 2 here. So base 2 to the power negative 2. Okay. So if you understand how to get the first one, so it's actually base 10. Base 10 to the power 1, right? So base 2 to the power negative 2. Base 10 to the power 1. So you get x over x squared minus 21. So you get x over x squared minus 21, 1 over 4. If you use the calculator to check, it should be true, right? X squared minus 21. And I know that some of you are unhappy to put the 0 on one part, but usually this one is the step to check if you understand how to form a quadratic equation. So this step is important, and do not skip this step. So after that, you can get the answer. So again, this time we have to reject one of the answer. Alright, and this time we have no need to let the unknown. So that means that for this one, the most important point is to simplify. Always simplify the expression carefully with the correct logarithmic property. So remember, if you have got the something inside the bracket, if it is plus, so we have nothing to do. Outside plus means inside multiply. Outside plus, inside multiply. And then we can actually take shift log, right? When you take shift log, you will be able to cancel out the log to form an equation. To conclude, in this kind of question, so there will be two methods to handle. So method 1 is you need to select y to be one of the variable. If you can find that the second one is surely the square of the other one, so we can use substitution directly. Okay, one of them is the square of the other one, substitute, and then just calculate as usual. And then the other one is, if you got a question that you can't get anything to get the square of the other term, then we try to simplify. And then we take shift log to move it away, and we solve x as usual. Anyway, for either method, you should be careful and check if the solution is the reasonable one. That means if there are any number which is undefined when we substitute inside. So that's the end of today's math lesson. See you next time.